Hey guys, this is Pamela Bird bringing to you yet another bird's eye view. We've got a lot of life interruptions going on right now. So my question to you is, how are you doing? How are you handling your life's interruptions? We've got so much going on in the world right now, and the pandemic has just taken over COVID-19 to the point it's just we're unsure of what the future holds, and we can't see an end to it. Well, at least we can't. But in the meantime, we're going through some things. And so my question to you is, how are you handling those life situations, those life interruptions? First of all, how has your life been interrupted? Have you been interrupted by the loss of your income due to a job loss as a result of the COVID-19? Or have you possibly lost a loved one? That's definitely a life interruption. And what about your living situation? Has that changed as a result of all this? And then there's the relationships that we have. Has that been altered in any way that it's caused a life interruption? And then most importantly, have you lost your peace of mind? Whichever it is for you, it could be a number of things. The point is, it's called a life interruption. And when we're interrupted, it's very difficult to continue business as usual because you can't. And so what you have to do is look at, how can I adjust to this? And so instead of just wallowing in it, how can I step back and really adjust and see what I can do? Because a lot of times when we get through something like this, when we experience something like this, we want to just sit back. And I know as a life coach, I talk to a lot of women who are just kind of sitting back and waiting until something changes. Well, I don't think it's necessary to do that. This is such a great time to take advantage of what the time that you do have, even if it is a life interruption. So let me give you an example. A friend of mine is going through the breakup of a long-term relationship, and it is devastating. I'm sure, we've all experienced a loss of a relationship. And so what I tell her to do is something that I do often. And the reason I do this is because I need to put a limit to the time that I am paralyzed from moving forward as a result of a life interruption. Because losing a relationship is a life interruption. We become paralyzed and not know what to do and how to move forward. So here's what I tell her to do. And it's the same thing I want to tell you, is to ask yourself the question, how long am I going to be in this state right now? And just like you're probably answering right now, my answer is usually, I have no idea. But then if I stop there, then it'll be indefinitely. I have no idea how long that'll be, and I can continue to put myself in a victim position, not moving forward. But if I follow up with the next question, and that next question is, how long am I going to allow this pain to dictate how I live my life and what I will not do moving forward? Because here's the deal. Time moves on, and pain is something that is debilitating. It's just made that way. We have to figure out how we're going to move forward beyond the pain. So when you can ask yourself that question, that second question of how long will I allow that pain to dictate my progression, then you realize that you have more control. And you can begin to set what I call an internal boundary. That internal boundary says that I'm not going to allow something else to dictate my progression simply because it was interrupting something that I did in my life, right? And so when you set an internal boundary, here's how you do that. You just make a decision that you're not going to allow that to dictate how you live or you moving forward. Now, your external boundary for that is that you decide to set a time limit on it. Right? Well, let me just first of all put a disclaimer out there. No one can tell you how long it takes to get over something. I'm sure you've all heard people say, you still dealing with that? You haven't gotten over that yet? It is not for anybody else to decide but you. But what you can do is decide how long you will allow it to prevent you from moving forward. And here's how you do that. Just like I told my friend, what you want to do is you want to put a time limit on how long you're going to grieve this situation or this loss. When I say that, it could be for a period of 24 hours, 48 hours, a week, a month, whatever that is, that's the time that you set to go ahead and grieve that. And so anytime beyond that, you're basically wallowing. So what this does is it allows you to set the external boundary to when that time is over, you got an opportunity to get up and get yourself going and start all over again fresh. So that's not only an internal boundary, but also an external boundary, because the internal boundary is making the decision that you're not going to allow it to dictate or to control how you move forward. The external boundaries is setting that time limit. And then when that time limit comes, honey, you are ready to get up and go, right? So I then ask my question to you. How are you doing with your life interruptions? If you use this time process that I've talked to you about putting a limit on it, putting a boundary around it, then you are well on your way to getting beyond that. Now also understand that doesn't mean that you're going to get over a situation. Not at all. It just means that you're going to be able to go beyond it. I've had plenty of times when I get beyond it after that time and I still feel that hurt, but I don't allow it to dictate what I'm going to be doing. Here's why. It's because I need to keep moving forward. I've already given it that time that it needed. Now I got to get going. How about you? Set a time limit for those things that are life interruptions for you that are preventing you from moving forward. And if you're ready to move forward, then I got something for you. I am conducting a mastermind group, an intensive mastermind group called Something's Gotta Give. If you've been a part of my past Something's Gotta Give, this one is going to be totally different. It is intensive. It is a 6-week program where we're going to be getting together and we're going to be really helping you to put some concrete plans together for some things that you can do in spite of your life interruptions. So let's say you had a job loss and you're trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to start making money, right? We're going to figure that out. We're going to look at a lot of the things, the talents and the gifts that you have, some propensities you have for doing things that are successful that you may not have had an opportunity to do when you were working that job. Now we're going to get creative, ladies. We're going to get creative and help you to find out how you can come out strong after all these life interruptions and create your very own new normal. Because you know, and I know that nothing's going back to normal. My question you want to ask yourself is, do I really want to go back to that normal? Or do you want to create your very own new normal? Well, if this is something that you're interested in doing, and I am offering an amazing low price on this. Why? Because I understand, I get it, that there are people out there who have lost their income and who are struggling, but you know what? They're stuck in knowing what to do next. So they sit back and wait. I don't want you to do that. If you got the courage and you got the stamina and you got the idea that, you know what, something's got to give. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired and let other people control and dictate what I do with my future, then you need to come over here and join us and Something's Got to Give. So if you're interested in being part of Something's Got to Give, go ahead and click on the link below, right down there, right? Go ahead. And this will give you all the details. And if this is something you're interested in, go ahead and click and go ahead and get registered. Time's running out. We've only got room for 10 people to be really focused in helping you. So go ahead and take a look. All right. This is Pamela Bird bringing you yet another bird's eye view where I help you to see your life in such a way that you are not able to envision it on your own or even bring it to pass. All right. Talk to you guys soon. And I look forward to seeing you in the mastermind group. Take care. God bless.